Hi guys, Squirrel here, and welcome to a Battlefield 3 video. It's been a while since I've made one of these, of course, pretty much since Close Quarters. And people have been asking me why I'm not been putting out Battlefield videos. I know you guys, I've got a lot of Battlefield subscribers. I've been putting out DayZ videos, and I've got PlanetSide stuff coming. The reason I haven't really put Battlefield stuff out, Close Quarters came out, and something happened that I didn't really expect. It really kind of put me off the game for a while. It just felt so... Call of Duty is about the best thing I can phrase it as. It wasn't really Battlefield for me. I just didn't like it. And given that the game is pretty mature and, you know, everything's been said that needs to be said, there's nothing left to explain. Unless new content comes out, people are just kind of regurgitating things. They're making squad videos showing you, you know, just going around playing with other guys, which is okay. That's fine. Don't have a problem with that. It's just that unless I have something particularly interesting to show, then I don't like bringing a video out. I'm not the kind of person that makes weapon loadout videos, trying out combinations of attachments, that kind of thing. You can get that from other commentators. So personally, I didn't make Battlefield videos anymore, and I kind of fell in love with DayZ at the time. That game has obviously gone from strength to strength, and then hackers and scripters have got a hold of it. So at the moment, it's in a bit of a limbo state until the release comes out. But that's enough about DayZ. That's not what I wanted to talk about. Okay, so Armored Kill. This was the expansion pack, personally, I've been waiting for Battlefield. To me, this is true Battlefield content. This is big maps. This is vehicles and armor. It's the whole works. You can play tactically. You can have full-on armored warfare. I like flying, I like driving, and I like infantry work. And in this expansion pack, you get all three. Now, this particular expansion pack was always going to be strongest on the PC just because of the giant maps, which are only available on the PC. You know, indeed, one of the maps has brought out a 7-flag conquest game, which is absolutely amazing, quite frankly. And in some respects shows you the power of this Frostbite engine that we've now got. It is quite literally amazing. You know, I've been dumbstruck by some of the stuff I've seen in this game. It really is beautiful. You can't take it away from it. You can bitch and moan all you like about the mechanics of Battlefield and the gameplay and the balance and all the rest of it. But when it comes down to it, underneath is the Frostbite 2 engine. And that's now powering other games that we're going to see. Most notably is Medal of Honor Warfighter out later this year. This engine has really come on. It's beautiful. It scales so well. On my PC, I don't get any lag whatsoever. I've got a GTX 680, and this game just plays fantastic. Anyway, so Armored Kill, we've got a few things in this release. We've got the tank superiority mode. We've got 5 new vehicles, new vehicle unlocks, some assignments, some dog tags. On the map front, we've got 4 new maps. Now, we've got Bandar Desert. That is a gorgeous looking map. It's the biggest one in Battlefield, 5 square kilometers, about 2.5 times the size of Caspian. We've got a 7-flag conquest on this map, and I believe there can be up to 10 flying vehicles in the air at any one time. That's pretty astounding. You've got the Alborz Mountain, which is a snowy mountainous terrain. It's so hilly that it makes land vehicle movement quite awkward, but also quite interesting. There are lots of choke points, lots of tight, twisty roads, lots of places to put mines, and snipers can get up into behind rocks and snipe infantry trying to ascend up the hill. That can be quite fun, Alborz Mountain, and in general, I just love snowy maps, so that one ticks a lot of boxes for me. I think the only map I would love to see left now is some proper nighttime snowy and jungle type stuff. And then I think we've pretty much had it all then, haven't we? We've been very lucky. Death Valley. Death Valley's set at night. You've got a lot of dead trees, construction buildings. It's a bit like kind of Gulf of Old Man in some respects, you know, with the construction yards going on. There's a lot of uneven terrain, a lot of hilly bits and recesses. That allows you to take vehicles and move them undetected, you know, keep out of line of sight of a lot of stuff. It has a lot of bridges and railways going around it. You get a lot of big air battles on that map, I've noticed. It tends to be focused on air dominance. Whoever seems to control the sky on that map in particular tends to own the battlefield. And then finally you've got the Armoured Shield, which is a rural map, lots of open fields. Reminds me of, what was that map on Bad Company 2 that, I can't remember the name of it now. It started off very similar to this, rolling hills as it approached some settlements. That was a great map. You get a lot of good tank warfare on Armoured Shield, and fast travel is definitely a possibility. You can get at one of those quad bikes and jeeps and just career around the place. All in all, the maps I think are fantastic. As usual, the artwork is amazing. The attention to detail of some of the textures is just incredible. The lighting's fantastic. All of these maps look and play really well. I've only tended to focus on Conquest at the moment. I've not focused on Rush. I have heard and read about issues with Rush, but on Conquest I'm loving this game. On the vehicle front, we got two tank destroyers, one Russian, one US. We got 2 missile launchers, one Russian and US, a quad bike and an AC-130. Now the tank destroyers are quite nice. They're a nice complement to the tanks. The missile launcher, bit of a weird animal, that one. I'm still getting used to how to get the best out of it. The quad bike is a glorious return. I mean, who didn't want the quad bike to come back, or the ATV as it's also called, the all-terrain vehicle. Great for getting around quickly. 2 guys can literally career across the map and recapture a flag. And then we've got the AC-130. Now the AC-130 is a new thing for Battlefield. It's a bit of a game changer in some respects. It's got 2 gunner seats and has a paradrop. You can't pilot it, you can't change its course in any way. You can only capture the base, the flag that controls the AC-130, and your team then gets it when it respawns. What do I think of the AC-130? It feels somewhat out of place in Battlefield. It feels awkwardly positioned. I know it sounds weird, but it just feels a bit strange. On the plus side, it keeps the enemy aircraft busy. As it's flying around, the enemy aircraft tend to focus fire on it. So, particularly if you're in a helicopter, if your team's got an AC-130 up, you'll get an easier ride for the amount of time that's up, because the jets will just go for this big flying tank. The downside, I think, is the infantry. They get rained on, and you can find yourself dying randomly from AC-130 fire. You know, you're running around capturing flags, maybe attacking MCOMs, and all of a sudden, some fire will come raining down. You've no real defense against that stuff. And that's the kind of aspect I don't like. I don't like a game that increases random death. I've always been in favour of skill over randomness. One of the reasons that I don't really like Call of Duty is because of its kill streak rewards, just leading to automated, mechanised death. It just takes the fun out of the game for me. I like a game that requires skill. I never ever bothered about getting taken out by somebody who outplayed me. And the AC-130 isn't really about outplaying people. It's just about capturing it and then raining fire down. So I'm not a lover of the AC-130. And the other thing is, when you do get inside, all you can do is shoot and flare. You can't pilot it. You can't dodge the aircraft attacking you. You have to switch gun and try and shoot them down, of course, but the gun doesn't feel that strong against the jets. It also has blind spots, so the enemy jets can attack you. If they get in the right vector, they can attack you, and you can't aim a gun at them very easily. So, I don't know. It feels awkward and out of place to me. The paradrop ability is a weird one. You can literally spawn on it, and it will parachute you down. Now, that is a bit random, because the AC-130 flies round in a fixed kind of circle around the battlefield, and depending on when you die, it will obviously be in a certain position, which may or may not be useful for paradropping in. So you can't use it as a tactical thing unless it happens to be in the right place on the battlefield to be useful. It does give your team a focal point. A lot of fighting centres on controlling the flag that owns the AC-130, so that can lead to some interesting battles at the AC-130 flag. I haven't played Rush, as I've said, but I have heard the AC-130 has broken Rush, and I read a tweet to say that they are not going to take it out the game, but they are going to rebalance it. They're just looking for ideas on how to do that. Again, I've said this before, if DICE actually listened to us and gave us some community beta servers, then these kind of game-changing adjustments could be tested with a select group of, you know, maybe hundreds or a couple of thousand people, dedicated Battlefield people, and they could feed back on, you know, ideas and balance issues, and also to help test the game so that when it comes out, everything's working fine and we don't have to sit here complaining. But they've not done that. I don't know why they don't do that. Maybe they can't be bothered with the hassle of running a community server. But I think we all pay the price for that. Now, just before Armored Kill came out, of course, we had the September 4th patch. Whenever there's a big drop like that, you know, you're going to get a mixed bag. You're going to get a lot of adjustments. In this case, we had a lot of adjustments to weapons, the reload times, damage, accuracy, range, recoil. All kinds of stuff was changed. Mostly it's okay. We had the bigger changes. They removed the flare from the gunner seat of the helicopter. And they also seem to have broken the whole below radar thing. So at the moment, helicopters are having a real tough time. They don't have a secondary flare. And they have to get out of line of sight to escape things. And the stinger range, I think, was increased. Helicopters are not having it good. Jets didn't seem to get much of an adjustment to them. On the buff side of things, helicopters now do splash damage so they can take out SOFLAMs quite easily. And I believe they changed the tank cannon switching, so you couldn't repeatedly change from the gun turret to the canister shell and rape people with a fast action double fire.
Nice.
There were other changes, of course, but that's the majority of what happened. Hopefully they'll fix some of the broken stuff soon. And maybe they'll adjust the AC-130, and maybe they'll adjust the helicopter, but I haven't read anything about that. Although guys I know who like flying helicopters aren't too happy with that patch. So what comes after this? Well, we've got Battlefield 3 Aftermath in December. As far as we know so far, that's got urban maps. It's based in Tehran in a kind of post-earthquake setting. So we've got damaged terrain, we've got fissures and cracks in the ground. There's going to be a lot of vertical and horizontal battles, troop transports. It should be good, I think. That expansion pack should be good if you like infantry fighting. I think it'll be pretty good for that. So that'll be a nice contrast to Armored Kill, which is largely dominated by engineers and vehicles, as far as I can work out. And finally, in 2013, we'll have Endgame, but there's not a lot known about that yet, apart from it will have motorcycles, which sounds terribly fun. Be nice if they put push bikes in this, wouldn't it? That'd be quite a laugh. But that's all I want to say really about Armored Kill so far. I'm going to carry on playing it. I may go and play some Rush as well, just to see how good or bad that is. But on the whole, this expansion pack is what it was intended to be. It is what I hoped it would be. It is full-on armoured warfare, proper Battlefield, and I love it. I think it's great. I think it's a wonderful expansion to Battlefield 3. And that concludes my opinions on Armored Kill so far. Let me know what you thought of it. Leave some comments on the video. Did you like it? Was it all you hoped it would be? Was it not quite what you thought it would be? What do you think of the AC-130? What would you change to improve the balance of the game? Is there anything broken currently for you? Leave the comments and let me know. Give me a like if you liked the video, and follow me on Facebook and Twitter if you want to talk to me or communicate with me on a more regular basis. I should have another Battlefield video up for you this week, a squad one this time. Take care guys, and see you soon.